to you, man. That means that's like 3-4 years we didn't lose a game.
When you have no blueprint. There's no blueprint. There's no blueprint for you guys, right? So when you come there and you're now actually, when you think of the process, you're mixing the cement of the success for the you. Who were some players that was on that team that came together, whether they were young like you or older? And we could start when Jimmy got there that said, we are going to change who we are. We ain't going to be the Canes. We're going to be the you.
Let me tell you how that came out.
Okay.
Let me tell you how that came. And I'm going to be straight with y'all because you're my boy. I'm going to be straight. When I got, after we turned to you and winning every year, doing everything, winning all the championships and then everything, and then I get in the NFL and I have a great career here, and after my career here, I was working at Fox, Best Damn Sports Show, and it's so funny because ESPN called and said, we have a position opening and we would like for you to come in and read for it. I said, okay, I'll come in. And it's so funny how life works. You know, I went in and read for it and they gave me a job. And I was going to be working with Chris Berman and Tom Jackson. Funny, Sterling Sharpe had the job before. You know, I'm going to tell you this, dude. Sterling Sharpe had the job before. After my first Super Bowl, in Pasadena, I was so amazed because we had gone from 1-15 to 3-30. I sat in the locker room. I was the last person to leave. I didn't want to leave. I just sat in there because of the whole journey. Miami, we didn't start. It wasn't great. We built it. Dallas didn't start. We had to build it. And I wanted to just sit there. And I was the last person to leave. And when I finally got ready to leave, it was this guy. He said, hey, man, it was Jim Rome's producer. He said, man, if you come in and give us 5 minutes, Michael, he said, I promise you I won't forget it. He said, man, one day I'm going to be running ESPN, and I will not forget this. I promise you, man. I said, well, 5 minutes, let's go. Well, you 5, you 10. Right. I ain't got nowhere to go. Right. I just want a Super Bowl. Let's talk. Boy, my first Super Bowl, boy. Hey, well, I must sat down with Jim Rome about 45 minutes. They said, y'all got 5, they got 45. I got 45. I want to talk about this, boy. I brought this from 1-15 4 years ago. Yeah. We can sit here, whatever you want to talk about, let's talk. Yeah. Let's go. I sat there about a good hour, and then I left. I got ready to leave. The dude, Mark, his name was Mark, he said, hey, I promise you, man, one day I'm running ESPN. I'm coming. You did me a square here. I said, no, man, I wasn't doing that for that. I was, and then years later, I retired working at Best Damn. Sterling and all of those guys are doing Countdown with Chris Berman. And you remember Keyshawn. It's so funny. I work with Keyshawn now. We laugh about this too. Keyshawn, after he won that Super Bowl, I think 09 or whatever, one of those years, he had won a Super Bowl. Him and Sterling had been going at it. Keyshawn, as soon as he won the Super Bowl, he looked in the ring, looked in the camera and said, hey, Sterling, because Sterling works for ESPN. Hey, Sterling, I just won my Super Bowl. My brother ain't have to give me this. Right on live TV. Live TV, we cut them up. So now you fast forward, right? It's all season. They're bringing me in. I know this has happened. I watched this. So when I go in, they're talking to me, and they told me it was for Sterling, but don't say anything to anybody because they haven't talked to Sterling yet. And I understood Sterling was a great friend of mine because me, Sterling, and Tim Brown came in together, and we're still tight right there, all three of us. In the Hall of Fame. Sterling, congratulations, my brother. He got in this year. So now all three of us are in the Hall of Fame. That's so blessed. And he should have been in if he wouldn't have gotten hurt. Because remember when I told you, Green Bay called me with the 7th pick.
Right.
Green Bay called me first. I was like, you ain't going to Green Bay. I'm leaving Miami, dude. Yeah. I ain't going to Green Bay.
Ain't going that cold.
My whole family started chanting, no way, Green Bay, no way. We the brokest people in the world. And we hollered, no way, Green. We got right. And so they drafted Sterling. And so now we fast forward. I'm sitting here. I'm going in, doing the interview. And I'm sitting there with all the execs around ESPN, and they're sitting there asking me questions. I'm knocking them out, answering. And then we get ready to leave. I stand up. I said, thank you guys for this interview. I appreciate it. And I got ready to walk. I said, one last thing. I said, I was watching the game, Super Bowl, and I saw the issue you guys had. When Keyshawn looked right at your lead analyst and said, I got me a ring, and my brother didn't have to give it to me. I threw my 3 rings on the table. I said, you won't have to have that problem anymore. And walked out. They said, stop. You got the job. I said, get my rings. I told my agent, get my rings. I said, we'll send you a contract. We'll start working the contract. But that's how I got that job to work at ESPN. Now, let me give it. I remember the first Sunday I'm headed to go work. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, dude. I'm thinking to myself, I was panicking on this, too. This is literally how we got to the U. We were called the Canes before that. I'm thinking, because you remember Chris Berman and Tom Jackson, and every time Tom went to Louisville, every time Chris Berman would have a player that went to Louisville, he would say, such and such did this. Tom, where are you from? Tom said, Louisville. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm thinking, oh, my God. Do you know how many Miami players are in the league? Chris Berman is going to say to me, this is my first day going to work with him. Chris Berman will say, where's he from? Where's he from? And I'm like, oh, my God. And I had already got my little issue with the White House in the hotel room and all that. And I'm like, I don't want to say no hurricanes. Right. I don't want to say nothing with cane because I don't want nobody here to go to cocaine. No kind of cane. No kind of cane. No sugar cane. No sugar cane. No hurricane cane. No kind of cane. I'm trying to get a fresh start out here. I swear this is how we got to it. I swear I was like, no, man, I'm not saying. And I said, Miami. See, from Miami, that didn't sound right, man. I mean, I was sweating bullets going to that first show. What am I going to say? And I thought about it. I said, hell, man, the cool going. I said, oh, yeah, you on the side helmet. I promise you. And I was panicking. I ain't want to say it. And he finally came. I don't know if it was Willis McGahee or somebody made a play. And he said, Michael, where is he from? I said, the U. That was the first time we did it. That's the first time we said the U. Nobody ever called. We're a small university. How are we going to be called the university? All I remember, we had that U on the side of our helmet. I was like, okay, the U. Then I called my attorney. I said, man, that U thing sounds good. I said, let's trademark. So we went and got it together. Then the next offseason, Donna Shalala, who was the president at Miami at times, she said, we really want to do a campaign with that U that you be saying all the time on TV. Because, we got all this, dude.
Yeah.
We had everybody in the league. Yeah. It was the U. It just went crazy. That next offseason, I go to Miami, and we do the campaign. I do the commercial in Miami. I said, when you come into the U, this is not enough. This is too much. This is just right. Always has been, always will be. All about the U. That's how it rolled.
Wow.
Rolled like that, man. And now I didn't even understand the magnificence of it when I said it. I was just trying to get off the cocaine stuff. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you. But to say you are the U, that's the university of all U's.
Right.
The university of all universities. As years passed, it really kind of crystallized, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now everywhere, everybody knows us by the U.
I love it, the fact that you just glossed right over the fact that you went and got it copywritten.
The U. And then get back, this year, right, we went back because a guy had this shirt that when you put your arms up like this, it shows the U. I was wearing it on the sideline of all the games. You see me doing this right here, and I was like, wow, that's so crazy. I thought when I met this guy and I saw this shirt, I said, and he said, I've been selling a few. I said, oh, really? I said, these kinds of shirts are emotional buys. I said, let me buy it. I bought the whole company. I was wearing the shirt on the sideline, and then put it in the stores in Miami. Sold out quickly. They're gone. They're sold out. So it's so funny how I come back to that same product, that what I like to call revelatory gift that God gave me on my way to the show to say to you to get off of the cane. You're right, that revelatory gift, how it perpetuated itself. And even to this day, you know, it's still reverberating.